Hey, what's up guys? So the Infinity War trailer finally dropped yesterday. I would have made a video about it yesterday, but as you can tell, I'm a little sick, but I've been working on this, so nonetheless, after a couple cryptic messages on director Joe and Anthony Russo's Instagram page, we finally have it. So without further ado, let's get into this breakdown. It starts off with a shot of a planet, very orange. It looks to be the same planet that is in the later part of the trailer, it being decimated and whatnot. It could be Earth, possibly, but who knows. There's a bright spot of light. I'm willing to bet it's some kind of alien spaceship, or maybe it's a portal of some kind, or maybe it's another sun of that planet. Maybe it's not Earth. Maybe it could possibly be Xandar. Who knows? We see Tony Stark on the decimated planet, probably dealing with the aftermath, still in mid-battle possibly. We see Bruce Banner in a Hulk-sized hole in the floor of the Sanctum Sanctorum. We see Doctor Strange and Wong looking down at him, probably in awe, as a huge gaping hole is in the ceiling behind them. Bruce probably fills Doctor Strange and Wong in on what's happening, and from there is when Tony Stark is called into the picture, and we see them all together later in the trailer. We see Scarlet Witch and Vision in some type of apartment, with Vision taking on a human form but still having the Mind Stone visible in his forehead. I'm guessing maybe he's doing this to stay under the radar, and maybe he's sneaking out under Tony's nose to go and meet up with her, since the whole Team Cap and Team Iron Man thing, I'm pretty sure those are the measures that he has to take to meet with Wanda actually. We see Thor in a ship with a bunch of windows looking outside. Just by the scheme of things and the blue and orange color, I'm going to assume that this is the Milano, and he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, probably explaining the events that just happened. He probably had a run-in with Thanos and is probably laying it all down for them. We then see Bruce Banner in Wakanda next to a newly upgraded Hulkbuster arm. I'm assuming that he's there to help with the invasion that they're probably expecting. Maybe they're also hiding an Infinity Stone somewhere in Wakanda, and that's why the invasion's coming. I'm not too sure, but it's very interesting. Maybe Black Panther sent for him, or maybe Tony Stark sent him over there. I'm not too sure. We know from the trailer that Hulk is going to be over there, as well as War Machine and Sam Wilson, Falcon, and Cap, Black Panther, of course, Bucky, and Black Widow when that invasion happens. So this is going to be very interesting to see. I believe that those aliens that are coming out, those four-legged things, are called the Outriders, and Thanos uses them to scout new planets that he wants to take over. We see he's talking to Natasha, aka Black Widow, in her new blonde style, and it's gonna be pretty cool to see what new upgrades that she has. She's probably gotten a whole bunch of new Wakandan tech, so I'm very interested to see how that plays out. We get to see Banner with Tony Stark, Wong, and Doctor Strange in the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm guessing that either Doctor Strange called for Tony, or maybe when Bruce was finally okay, that he called for Tony to come to the Sanctum Sanctorum, and Doctor Strange filled him in on other stuff that Banner didn't even know about, and probably the Time Stone, and maybe this is where they actually start learning about the Infinity Stones and the threat that is being posed on Earth. And this might be where Bruce fills in Tony and Doctor Strange and Wong what's actually happening and what's coming to Earth and Thanos' plan. Maybe the Hulk Banner connection is strong enough so that Banner can actually remember some of the Hulk events when he isn't hulked out, and maybe he can tell Tony what happened when he was the Hulk, and fill him in on the events prior to him crash landing, which I'm assuming that Thanos was responsible for the whole crash landing like he did. A narration from Thanos starts, and we see Peter Parker on the school bus. We get first confirmation of the spider sense in the MCU, kinda. His hairs stick up, and then he turns around, he sings this like ring-like world engine type thing floating in the middle of the city. I've heard this might be some kind of portal for Thanos troops, or some kind of world engine like thing like in Man of Steel. I'm not too sure, but if I had to guess, it doesn't look like there's anything being transported in or out of it. And if Thanos does have the Space Stone, which I'm assuming he gets early into the movie, I don't see how he couldn't just, you know, portal his troops in there. So I'm just gonna say that this is like a terraforming machine, like a world engine type thing to just kill off people. We see what appears to be Loki's feet walking over some corpses, and then we see him with the Tesseract looking like he's giving it to, I want to say, Thanos so he could be spared, or possibly even, I've heard this crazy theory, to spare some of his fellow Asgardians. And I do believe that those people on the floor are Asgardians, and this might be on the ship that we saw after Thor Ragnarok, and maybe he's trying to get himself spared or his people. I don't know, but I was thinking about that, so that might be a thing. Who knows? It's Loki. We see Thanos using the space gem to pop in like a badass, and the way that he does that little half smirk when he pops out like he's about to fuck shit up was insane and epic. We see Spidey in the new Stark Iron Spider suit, which looks amazing. I love the glowing blue eyes. I'm pretty sure that's a nod to the all-new SpiderMan. It was just great, and I like the way it looks like layered and like linked like actual real armor. And I'm really hoping that he has these spider legs that pop out from the back, because that would be awesome. And who knows, maybe it's in a part of the movie that we already saw, but they CG'd it out. So you never know. You never know with these things, guys. We see him flipping onto one of those ring world engine things. Maybe he's fighting someone, or maybe he's actually trying to stop it from doing whatever it is there to do. We see Thor in some kind of like ring contraption again, trying to pull some type of levers. Now, this could be possibly in Thanos' ship, or maybe he's in space somewhere. Maybe he's in the heart of Star and he's recreating Mjolnir. I don't know. That's all I could pretty much gather from this whole scene. Maybe he's trying to conduct some kind of energy and he's using his powers to do that. We see Proxima Midnight, the first of the Black Order. We see on screen she throws her weapon at none other than Captain America and catches it like a boss. T'Challa starts his narration and says, "Get this man a shield," which will be cool to see if they make him like a Wakandan version of his vibranium shield, since Wakanda, vibranium. I would love to see a Wakandan version of Cap's shield. Quick frame of Scarlet Witch and the new Hulkbuster armor. Now I'm wondering who could be operating in the Hulkbuster. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Tony Stark. I don't think he's gonna be in Wakanda, but maybe it could be, you know, remote controlled or on some type of autopilot. But I think it would be pretty cool if T'Challa's little sister Shuri was in the Hulkbuster, since she is, you know, the tech whiz of Wakanda, and I'm pretty sure she helped Bruce Banner in making it. So I think it would be very cool if we saw Shuri in this. But, you know, quick scene of Black Widow jamming some kind of spear into one of the Black Order's stomach or something. Then we see the spire-like alien ships landing in Wakanda, the vessels that hold the Outriders, the four-legged alien things that Black Panther and Cap are going to town on, and are having that big battle in Wakanda, which looks like it's going to be freaking epic. Then we see Thanos manhandle Spidey and like pound him into the ground, and the ground breaks. Maybe he's trying to do this to give the Avengers more time for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's a distraction of some kind. I don't know. But we see Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight standing over the body of Vision, actually restraining him, which is insane that they're actually restraining Vision, a guy that can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody. Corvus Glaive looks like he's jamming his weapon into Vision's forehead for the Mind Stone, of course, for Thanos. Next we see Thanos placing the space gem into the gauntlet with his like 4 fingers. Like that, like it's nothing. I just love how he places it like this into the glove, because his hands are so freaking big, with one of the most powerful, probably the most powerful objects in the universe like they're just little things that are, you know, grains of sand to his big ass hand. We see he already has the Power Stone, the Purple Stone, so we know that he's already been to Xandar by this point. We see he's on that decimated planet, which could be Earth after those world engine type things might have destroyed everything, and maybe all of the destruction that his alien allies did to Earth, or it possibly could be Xandar. I think I might see a Nova Corps ship in the back. I'm not too sure. It could be anything, honestly. Then we see Thanos load up and knock the shit out of Iron Man. My god, this was hard. Maybe when Thor meets the Guardians, he tells them about Thanos and they race to Xandar to get the stone before him and of course fail, but maybe that's how the Avengers and the Guardians actually meet. We see Black Panther, Steve, Bucky with the Wakandan army ready to do battle with the Outriders, which leads me to believe that something very important is in Wakanda for them to be invading it. Maybe they're hiding an Infinity Stone there. Hopefully it's not the Soul Stone. I hope it's not, because, you know, I want it to be in Heimdall. I don't want it, you know, to not discredit, but to just brush over the lore of Wakanda, just to have like a Infinity Stone there. But yeah, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe they have another stone there, maybe the Aether or something else, possibly in any kind of way, something else is in Wakanda that is of value. Or maybe they're just taking out one of Earth's many strongholds. Or maybe the Time Stone is possibly in Wakanda, who knows. We get a badass rushing shot of Cap, Bucky, Black Panther, Natasha, Ayo, Hulk, War Machine, and Falcon, with Cap sporting these new Wakandan gauntlets. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. Maybe they transform into shields. Maybe, you know, it's going to be Cap's new Wakandan version shield. Or maybe it's just for protective purposes, or like a crossbones like gauntlets where it just, you know, for extra punching power. But yeah, still very interested in what those do, and they look pretty badass. Now we end the trailer with Thor disoriented after his confrontation with Thanos to none other than the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now I believe that the Guardians will play a pivotal role in this movie since they are the most experienced when it comes to space. Plus Gamora being an adopted daughter of Thanos, and just the whole team knowing already who Thanos is. Some interesting absences from the trailer. We didn't get to see Ant-Man, Wasp, Nebula, Black Dwarf, Ebony Maw, or Hawkeye, and I feel like all these characters will have some type of special role in the movie. Maybe we'll see an epic scene between Hawkeye and Ebony Maw, Black Dwarf and the Hulk, you know, two powerhouses. Nebula might go up against Thanos at some point. I'm pretty sure she'll confront him since she has the biggest vendetta against Thanos for turning her into a monster like she's always saying. So I'm very interested in seeing that. Ant-Man is interesting just because of his power set. He could probably shrink on Thanos and take out one of the gems, or maybe Wasp could do that. Who knows, but I'm pretty sure that these characters will have epic scenes just like everybody will in Infinity War. One thing everybody should be aware of when watching these trailers is that what we see in the trailers could be drastically different from the movie itself. So don't base all of your theories on what you're seeing in the trailer, especially this first one. Remember that Spider-Man wasn't in the airport battle rush scene in the trailer, and Thor had both of his eyes in D23 footage. And then the movie came out and that wasn't the case. So expect some CGI misdirection and misleads, okay? So guys, that's it for this breakdown. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. I honestly thought it was super epic. I loved it. I just can't wait to see all the interactions with all the characters. And I can't wait to make more videos about Infinity War and just everything that's coming up. It's Black Panther as well. Next year is going to be a very exciting year. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.